Hi, I'm Trampus Harmon. As many of you know, we have a small farm here in Southern Oregon where we raise beef. Um, and recently, a lot of my customers have been asking me about the choice by the current administration to import Argentina beef. Um, this is absolutely horrible for um, farmers, and I'm going to explain why in the next few minutes. In 2024, we imported 4.64 billion pounds of beef into the US. Um, then we ate 19.8 billion pounds. And so that means that 23% of our meat is imported. When it's imported into these big four um, meat companies that I've talked about before. That's Tyson, JBS, Cargill, and National Beef. They're the ones that purchase this, and then they process it. They process the lean beef we purchase from Mexico, Argentina, Canada, Brazil, and then that meat is then processed with U.S. fat from U.S. cattle to make ground beef. 80/20 is usually a blend of imported beef with U.S. fat, usually. Um, and so what that has caused with our current herd size in the U.S. is caused price of beef to go up. The people who benefit mostly from this is the cattle farmers. Um, we've seen an increase in our profit. That is real. One of the things that we've done is we've poured all that money back in the community. Um, we've bought, like, I have a room where I keep my meat, and we put a new roof on it because it was leaking. I have a local company here in Grants Pass that is going to be putting gutters on it. I bought a new grain drill, or grain drill is a seeder. It's so it to seed my fields with an irrigated pasture mix that is grown right here in the Willamette Valley in Oregon, and we purchased it through Grange. All that money stays local. Um, when the big four purchase this beef from international companies and then ship it into the U.S., JBS is not even a U.S. company. Yes, it's JBS USA, but they're Brazilian owned. And so they're the ones who are making money from importing this Argentina, um, Mexican beef, Canadian beef, that kind of stuff. That's all coming or going to those companies. The small cattle rancher will not see any of that profit that they make. They have a currently, excuse me, they currently have a monopoly on beef processing. I think 85% of U.S. beef is purchased through one of those big four companies. Even guys who are these small local quote unquote markets, some of them are still purchasing their beef from these national big box stores, and they're saying, oh, well, it's a local product, but it's not. It's still purchased and it's still processed with international beef. Like, our product is born, raised, and processed here locally in Oregon. Occasionally, I have gone down to Northern California to get processing done at a USDA plant because that's the only availability I have, but that's a whole nother issue. Um, the only thing that happened when this announcement was made by the current administration that we're going to import more beef was cattle futures went down. Cattle futures went down significantly for a few days. I haven't checked them today or yesterday. It's been a few days since I've checked them, but they did go down. Um, One or two markets fluctuated, But from what I have seen, most of the stockyards have now recovered, and now the prices are continuing to increase. Um, right now, I just checked ground beef at Kroger, our local grocery store, is $8.50 a pound for 80/20. 1 pound 80/20 is $8.50. That has gone up. We saw that increase during COVID, and it never decreased. And I feel like a lot of people are losing focus on which side of the political aisle they're on and saying, well, you're getting what you're voted for, and lumping all farmers into one giant political spectrum, as well as they're not realizing how this will affect it in the future. Now the price has gone up to $8.50, and Kroger has seen that they can sell the beef at $8.50. I personally do not see the price of ground beef going back down at Kroger. Um, that's just some of my thoughts, and some of the reasons for being frustrated by the current direction of the USDA farming and importing of beef. All right, thanks.